Film starts with a girl named Elena who was going back to home with her father. Elena was going back from her mother's funeral. Her father says that I love you so much, I will never leave you alone. In fact, I will always be with my daughter. Then they crash into an accident. The scene shifts, and we see the killer had made chaos in the city by killing hundreds of peoples. Then we see Elena again, who is grown up now. Her father was asleep, that's why she goes to the party without informing him. When she was in the party, she notices her boyfriend with another girl. She becomes angry and punches her boyfriend. Then we notice that serial killer was observing everything, and he had put traps everywhere, so that no one could go alive. Elena gets upset because of her boyfriend. Then she goes into the room and cries a lot. She sees a box there which was moving. She opens up the box and we see Arkin inside. He seeks help from her and says if he wouldn't help he would kill everyone. With the opening of the box, trap machine starts working and people starts getting killed brutally. Arkin frees himself and runs away. Then Elena notices that her female friend was captured in cage, and the killer was about to crush them with iron mesh. Elena wanted to help her friend, but she was unable to do that. The killer crushes everyone and kills them. He sees Elena and gets inspired by her. Elena runs away and seeks for help from Arkin. The killer comes there and captures her while Arkin breaks the window and runs away. The killer puts Elena in a box and takes her with himself. Arkin was in hospital now, where his treatment was undergoing. His wife visits him in hospital. Arkin finds flour on the table and thinks as if her wife brought them. Then he says thanks to her. Her wife says, I have no idea who brought those flowers. They find a note with the words for collection. Arkin understands that these flowers are sent by that killer. He asks her wife to take their daughter to her mother so that killer may not harm them. At night we see a person in Arkin's room whose name was Lucilo. Lucilo was Elena's protector. He asks her for help so that he can contact Elena. Arkin reveals him that the killer only allows one person to stay alive and kills every other ones. The killer only gives life to the person he likes. In my opinion, Elena is alive, so we have to search for his location. Then we see Elena, who finds herself caught in the same box. She looks outside from the hole of the box and sees a person tied up with chains. The killer arrives there and he takes out his tongue. Then the killer puts an iron mask on his face which hurts him badly. Lucilo readies his team in order to find the location of that killer. Arkin was about to take them to the killer's location, because Arkin had written the directions to reach him on his hand. The location of the killer was a hospital which was closed from a long time. Then we see Elena, who tries to open up the box, and she opens the box successfully. Then she finds a box nearby. Upon opening it, she finds a dead body of a guy. Elena hears the footsteps of the killer, so she hides herself. The killer finds out that Elena ran away from the box. He is also not worried because he knew whole place was covered with traps and she won't be able to get out alive. He takes out some spiders that run over Elena's body. Arkin and Lucilo's team had reached the killer's location. When Arkin tries to enter the hospital building, alarm starts ringing. The killer gets notified that someone has entered the building. That's why he activates all the traps. Elena goes into the tunnel. When the team was searching for killer, he captures a person and kills him. Elena enters in a room where she finds another box. When she opens the box, a girl comes out who is very frightened. She asks Elena that how she got out. Elena replies that I have distracted the killer. Elena was suspecting that this girl may be involved with the killer. A person gets trapped in a hurry and gets killed brutally by rods. Arkin finds an opportunity and gets separated as they were dying one by one. Arkin enters into a room where he finds pictures of the insects. It was obvious that someone was experimenting on those insects. The killer tries to attack Arkin, but he saves himself. Elena was trying to find the way out with that girl. She says that the killer likes her, that's why he is testing her. Elena tries to explain her, but she slaps her in return. The killer reaches there and she runs away. She hides herself in a location, and the killer is on the lookout for her. Arkin discovers a way to the location where the killer used to keep the dead bodies. However, his foot slips and he falls on the dead bodies. Arkin notices some people who were tied to chain and they later attack him. Then Arkin runs upward where he sees that the killer has collected the insects. He had also collected humans as insects. Then Arkin finds a girl there. The killer had jammed her into walls with nails. She asks for help from Arkin, but he couldn't help her. The killer reaches there and kills her by dividing her throat. Elena enters the room from where she could look outside from the hole. She shouts and asks for help, but they were unable to hear her voice. Lucilo's team captures Arkin and asks him to stay with them. The killer traps a person from team in hooks and kills him. He also captures the female member of team and takes her along with him. Lucilo and Arkin find a girl who seeks help from them. They thought her of as victim and they keep her along. Then they hear of their female member. Lucilo follows the voice and steps forward. He notices that the voice was coming from speaker, which indicated that it was a trap. Lucilo tries to escape, but a blast happens. Then they find Elena in another room who had saved the female member of the team. Elena tries to convince Lucilo that they must not believe that girl as she was involved with Kíller. But they were unable to understand her and thought of her as a victim. Lucilo was happy to see Elena alive and he promises her that he will take her out safely. Elena shows them the place where they could see two people from outside. Arkin gathers an idea and he shoots a person on foot. Police approaches there and Arkin shoots the police also. Arkin tells them that police would come here to save them from the killer. The girl gets angry at the plan and she locks everyone in the room. She says that you people can't be saved from our trap. By mistake her foot falls upon a trap and big trap gets activated. She dies at the spot. When Kíller witnesses her dead friend, he becomes very angry. He takes out his guns and orders his dogs to attack those persons. The killer starts firing upon them and Lucilo gets injured. Arkin kills the dogs but the killer catches Elena again. We see that Lucilo's hand was trapped in a trap. That's why he orders Arkin and female member to go and save Elena. Then they go out to save Elena. We see that police had approached there with full force. The killer captures Arkin, Elena and female member in a cage. Arkin says the killer that he will kill him. Then the killer puts fire near the cage. Arkin opens the cage by his hand from outside. All the three members try to run from there but the killer reaches out there and attacks the female member and kills her. Killer hits Arkin and Elena very badly. Then Lucilo approaches there who is free from trap. He fight with the killer and combats with him. The killer kills Lucilo but Arkin hits the killer very badly. He throws the killer into the dead bodies. The killer gets burned from the dead bodies. All sides of the building were occupied by the fire. Therefore it was impossible to leave the building. Elena breaks all the boxes of that killer which he collected. From which water comes out and all the fire gets extinguished. Arkin and Elena come out of the building. Police rescued them and now they were safe. Elena meets her father and they were very happy now. But his father gets sad after learning of Lucilo's death. Then Arkin sees that the dead body of the killer was not present there. Witnessing his mask he understands the killer is still alive. Then we see the scene from future, where the killer was residing in his new house. He hears of someone's voice there. When he goes there to check, he finds no one there. Arkin comes there and points out gun on him. Arkin tells that there are 14 people in the area who research on insects and you are one of them. That's why I got successful in reaching upon you. He asks Arkin whether he would shoot him. Arkin says no. I will not give you an easy death. But I will make you suffer, I will make you feel the pain, like you did with the people. Arkin captures him in a box and takes him along with him. Now Arkin would make him realize the real meaning of pain. And the film ends here. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more as it helps the channel.